this is a plankton that sequesters this carbon dioxide. So what we have been doing with the data of Terra oceans is to try to understand this. So you see here the carbon dioxide is dissolved, then it is used by photosynthetic organisms to create organic matter. This matter sediments to the bottom of the oceans, and this is the sequestration. So what you see here is the track of Terra, and during the track of Terra we measured this flux of carbon to the bottom of the ocean. So when it is red and yellow, it means that there is a lot of flux. For example, here there is a lot of flux in the Atlantic also, but in other areas there is very little flux of CO2 down to the ocean. So we try to compare the flux rate with the structure of the ecosystem at the surface. So what you see here is a typical network of organisms between viruses, bacteria, eukaryotes, okay, from species, that corresponds to a typical high flux zone. So we start to understand what are the organisms and their interactions that are important for generating a lot of carbon dioxide flux. So this is important for global warming. So now I'll talk a little bit before finishing about this story about global warming. So you know that because this will impact a lot the plankton, and plankton can feed back on this also. So this is important to understand the connection. This is a movie of the GIEC, the group who is studying global warming right now. So this started in 1955 approximately. And when it becomes red, it means that it is hotter. So you see it's getting hotter and hotter. So the beginning is not a model, it's a true description of what happened. And then from now on, it's a projection of what's going to happen. So this is why people are getting worried, the scientists, is because when they do this modelization, they see that there will be a huge increase in the temperature of our planet, and this may lead to real big problems. I mean, the water will go up, but also this will probably impact dramatically the ecosystems. And in fact, we saw that so this is getting very red. So it means that it warms up a lot. So this is it's a model which is about. This model predicts that the temperature of the Earth will increase by 3 degrees in 2100. So if the temperature remains below 2 degrees, the average increase in temperature, this is okay. If it goes beyond that, we don't know what will happen, because we have seen, for example, in Terra oceans that a change in 1 degree of temperature has a huge impact on the bacterial composition of the ecosystem, the structure of the ecosystem. So one of the things we want to do with Terra oceans data is to try to understand, to model the evolution of this ecosystem as a function of temperature change. So this is important. Obviously, the temperature will not change everywhere in the same way, but we could, with the data we have, we could try to understand how the distribution of species and organisms in the ocean will change, and this has impact for fisheries, for many things like this. So, because of this, a big aspect of Terra expeditions, not so much of the scientists, but the people who run Terra actually, so the Romain Troublé that you see here, ISB, and you see myself here, and this Ban Ki-moon. This was in New York. When we stopped there, Ban Ki-moon came on board. And the United Nations are very interested in this kind of projects like Terra oceans, because they are trying to work with politicians and big companies to evolve the technology on Earth to change the system from a global warming system to a better ecological friendly economy. So Terra is doing a lot on this, and last year they have been very active at the COP21. So like many other organizations, but they have contributed a lot to the event in Paris at the political level and public level also. Terra was in Paris, so a lot of people came on board and visited, and the Terra group explained them the importance of the oceans and in general and in climate change regulation. So to finish, I just want to show you 2 movies. I don't know if this one will work. So this one is just the voyage, which shows you